Hey, what's up friends? It's Bobby G here, and I wanted to put together a quick little video to talk about a free UFC event which is airing tomorrow night on Fox Sports 1, an event that you may not have known about it. I had a buddy here at work ask me if there was an event tomorrow night, and it's actually a pretty decent looking card, so I wanted to make sure you knew about it as well, and I wanted to give you my thoughts on the fights taking place tomorrow night, again, on Fox Sports 1. It's the season finale for the most recent season of The Ultimate Fighter Nations, which featured Canada versus Australia. So I'm just going to go through basically the fights on the main card and give you my thoughts and my predictions for those particular fights. So the first fight of the night is it's amazing to see this fight be the first fight of the night. It's Dustin Poirier, who is one of my favorite young and up-and-coming fighters, one of the most exciting guys out there, taking on Akira Kurosawa, who himself is a former Ultimate Fighter competitor. Dustin Poirier, it kind of surprised me to see him kind of buried at the bottom of this card when he is really, I mean, he's a pay-per-view quality type of fighter. And I think, despite their records, I think Dustin Poirier outclasses Akira Kurosawa, and I'm going to pick Dustin to win by a third-round TKO. And I would tell you to keep an eye on Dustin the Diamond Poirier, because that dude is a bad man, and I think he's going places in the UFC. Next, we turn to the first championship fight of the night between lightweights, the lightweights that competed on the season of The Ultimate Fighter. Both of the guys come from Team Canada. We have Olivier Merci. I probably butchered that name because I'm not French Canadian. And then Chad Lapre. And Olivier, he really proved himself to be at the top of the Canadian team this season, and pretty much walked through all his competitors without breaking much of a sweat. Chad Lapre, he had some good fights as well, but I just don't think he's going to have what it takes to answer Olivier's his skill set. So I'm going to pick Olivier Merci by first round submission to win this fight. Moving on to the second championship fight of the night, which features the middleweights from the season. Again, both fighters are from Team Canada, so Team Canada represents the entire championship fighters for the night. We have Elias Theodore versus Sheldon Westcott. Now, these guys are essentially the same fighter. They look alike. They're built the same. They both have the same fighting style. Both very aggressive, always moving forward, almost endless gas tanks. So this should be a really close fight. I think it's going to go to the judges, and I'm going to pick, maybe by a narrow margin, Sheldon Westcott to win this fight by decision. Next up, we have these two coaches from the season. We have from Team Canada, Kyle Noke, who also was a former Ultimate Fighter competitor years ago, versus the coach from Team Canada, Patrick the Predator Cote. Again, these guys, you look at their records, you look at the types of wins and losses they've had, their careers are very similar. They both like to stand and throw hands. And I actually, for some reason, I don't know why, but I'm going to pick Kyle Noke by first round knockout, and I don't know why. I'm having a feeling that that's going to happen. Then we turn to the main event of the evening, which is a really good-looking main event. This could be, you could see this fight on any pay-per-view that the UFC has to offer. But we have Michael Bisping versus Tim Kennedy. Michael Bisping won his season of The Ultimate Fighter many years ago, and he's been a staple in the UFC. And he's a very exciting fighter to watch. He's a great trash talker, and he always makes things interesting. Tim Kennedy, if I'm not mistaken, is a former Army Ranger, so kind of like the all-American hero taking on the dirty trash talker from the UK. So you have some built-in rivalries right there. I don't think they like each other very much, and it should be a very good fight. Michael Bisping's fights usually are always they're always exciting. So I'm actually going to pick Michael the Count Bisping to win this fight by a second round TKO. And one more fight I want you to make note of. It's not on the main card. It's on the preliminaries. It'll probably be the last fight of the preliminary card, which will also be on Fox Sports 1. Sam Stout versus KJ Noons. Two very good fighters. guys that like to stand and box, Sam Stout never stops coming forward. You can hit him in the head with a baseball bat, and he just keeps coming forward and forward and forward. And I'm actually going to pick Sam Stout by decision. So that's kind of like a bonus pick. But I wanted you to make sure to catch that fight on the preliminaries. Let me know what you think about these predictions. Follow along. I'll keep score as I keep making more and more predictions to see how I'm doing as this year goes on. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can do that right here. And then keep watching for more videos. I think later this week, in fact, I'm going to do another UFC prediction video for the UFC on Fox 11 event, which is Saturday night. So it's a big week of fighting. I hope you get to see it all, and hopefully my predictions are somewhat close. Thanks for watching.